Good morning, dear students. Hope you are all good and eager to learn the new concepts. Today, we are going to learn an important concept, that is duty of a company auditor. Hope you remember our last class, that is regarding rights of a company auditor. In majority of the cases, both the rights as well as the duties go hand in hand. Whenever we come across the rights, and then immediate next step we'll come across with duties. So here we are going to learn the duties of a company auditor. Of course, in case of a company auditor, he has to do a lot of work at a time. He has to check the internal check system. He has to see the verification and valuation of assets and liabilities. He has to prepare a report. He has to submit the reports to the shareholders and lot many things. In order to make it easy for our understanding, we have classified his duties into four categories. That is statutory duties, contractual duties, legal or court decisions, and out of professional etiquettes. So here we are going to learn today these four categories in detail. The first duty is statutory duties. The word statutory is derived from statute or law. In this particular case, the statutory duties indicates the duties derived from the Companies Act 2013. This particular act has defined the duties of a company auditor. So here we have listed some statutory duties. The specialty of statutory duty is that we cannot avoid the statutory duties by changing either our articles of association or our memorandum of association. It is the minimum duties that the auditor has to perform as per the Companies Act 2013. So here we listed some of statutory duties like making inquiries, he has to report, he has to comply with the directive principles of central government, and lot many more things that we have listed out. And here we are going to learn these duties in a bit detail. The first statutory duty is duty to make certain inquiries. I hope you remember the meaning of inquiries. So here inquiries means to ask for some additional information. Auditor at any point of time can inquire or can ask additional information for any of the transactions recorded in books of accounts. So here we listed some of such example. The first one regarding loans and advances. Auditor can check or auditor can ask for additional information regarding loans, whether the loans and advances are made in a proper way. After having proper securities, these loans and advances are made that he has to make ensure. And the second thing regarding business transaction, he has to make sure that these business transactions will fall within the scope of our major two documents, that is articles as well as memorandum of association. And the third example is regarding revenue account. He must inquire regarding revenue account and he has to make sure that the transactions belongs to only business and not belongs to private affairs of any person. So these are all some example, but you can find n number of such examples. So it is the right as well as the duty of auditor to make an inquiry wherever he feels it's necessary. And the second one regarding a report. Of course, it seems like a progress report of a child. So wherein which this progress report has been sent to parents by the school. In the same manner, the company's progress report has to be sent to the shareholders who have invested their hard earned money to the company. He has to certify that the financial statements and the books of accounts maintained by the company is in a proper way. And the third one regarding directives of a central government. In some specialized areas, central government will issue certain directives to the auditor which should be followed while auditing such companies. So central government of India has issued directives regarding auditing of manufacturing as well as mining industries, regarding supply and delivery companies, regarding purchase and sale of goods companies, and regarding the financial institutions. For all these industries, central government has issued directives, and it is the duty of auditor to comply or to follow these directives issued by the central government. And the next regarding duty to sign his report. It is the duty of auditor to prepare a report on the financial statements of a company, and it is the duty of auditor to sign such report, which is going to be presented in AGM. Again, in case of partnership firm, any of the partner can sign the auditor report. The next one, duty to give a statement in the prospectus. So the prospectus is an invitation to the general public to subscribe the shares in a company. So in such prospectus or in such invitation, it is the duty of the auditor to give his statement regarding the company in prospectus. Certify the declaration of solvency of the company. The company has to prepare a statement stating solvency of the company at the time of winding up of a company, and the company has to submit this solvency statement to the registrar where the company has been registered. And in such a solvency report, the auditor has to certify that the solvency report or solvency statement of a company is fair and reflect the true values. Solvency statement states whether the company is able to repay the debts or not. To dig into the matter. Of course, the duties of company auditor, in which we have completed the first category, that is statutory duties. And the next one we are going to learn is contractual duties. Contractual duties, as the name indicates, the duties arised out of the contract. So, whenever the company appoints an auditor, the contract will start between the company and the auditor. So, out of this contract, the auditor has to perform certain duties, and these duties are listed here. So, like he has to make sure his appointment is in order, duties under common law, expected special duties under common law, and contractual duties with reasonable care and diligence. So we can find out or we can study these four major duties a little bit lengthier version. So first one, his appointment is in order. It is the duty of auditor to make sure that his appointment is in order. Auditor to make sure that his appointment is as per the provisions of laws prevailing in that country. And the second one, duties under common law and expected special duties as per common law. So here common law specifies that which is unwritten law of a country. So there are many things which are not written, but even though we obey such rules or such laws, it is the duty of auditor to follow all those laws. That is expected special duties. Expected special duties are mentioned under articles as well as memorandum. Along with that, it is the duty of auditor to follow the common law prevailing in that country. Last one, contractual duties with reasonable care and diligence. So, in any case of fraud, in order to prove the auditor's innocence, he should prove that he has taken all the care and diligence. So, in any other situation, the auditor can also be fixed as guilty. So, in order to prove that he is an innocent, he has to prove that he has taken all the reasonable care and diligence. So, of course, duties of auditor, we have completed two categories, statutory duties and contractual duties. And the third one, duties arising out of court decision. Again, so we have highlighted some of the examples. So these examples are court decisions, and it is the duty of auditor to follow. So here we have listed many such court decisions. The first one, not supposed to act such unless she or he is a. So in many situations, some persons are seemingly an auditor but not actually. So he don't have the certifications by the proper authority. Here proper authority means ICAI, Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. He don't have such certification, but he might be working as internal auditor. So in such a situation, he cannot be act as an independent external auditor. So you can see the example here. An actor with the costumes of a doctor. So many people may think that he's a doctor, but not actually. So in such situation, it is the duty of auditor not to act like an external or independent auditor. The second one should correspondence with the previous auditor. So he has to make a correspondence with the previous auditor, and he can comes to know the complete picture of auditing of that particular company. So what was happened in the previous year, and what are the major areas that the auditor has to look into, all these informations that he can get from the previous auditor. Never negligent in the performance. At any cost, he should prove that he has taken all the reasonable care, and he should not be negligent at any point of time. Verify stock records properly. So stocks are the major areas wherein which there is a possibility of loopholes. So for that reason, he should verify the stock records properly. Undue influence. Hope you remember the meaning of undue influence. So undue influence means getting an advantage from the position that we have. For example, as a teacher's role, I can influence you for some doing frauds. So it is called undue influence because of my role as a teacher that I am influencing my students. So in any particular situations, the auditor should not attract it with undue influence of any other persons like directors or company secretaries. He should not obey with any kind of such influences. He should be an independent. Go beyond the arithmetical accuracy. So many times what will happen means the auditor used to check only the arithmetical accuracy. He will check the books of accounts as well as the financial statements of a company, but he will not dig into other as frauds or scams. So there might be some more information hidden in the books of accounts that he has to go to throw light on, even the frauds or scams. Satisfy about the valuation of assets and liabilities. The valuation of assets and liabilities should be in a proper manner, because possibility to inflate the assets in the balance sheet. So in order to avoid such window dressed balance sheet, he has to check the valuation of assets as well as liabilities properly. He should make sure that the terms of debenture trust deed has been followed by the company. Of course, we have seen the statutory duties, contractual duties, legal or court decisions, and the last one, the duties arising out of professional etiquette. As an auditor is a lifetime member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. It's a very dignified profession, and he has to follow the etiquettes of this particular profession. So here we have listed four major etiquettes. Follow the regulations of CA, or top priority of public interest, true and clear picture of company, honest, sincere, competent, and independent. The first one, follow the regulations of a C. As an auditor is a lifetime member of Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, whatever the updates given by the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, Yeah, that every author should follow. Top priority to the public interest. Whenever he came across with a contrasting interest, like directors or employees or shareholders or general public. So in such situation, it is the duty of auditor to give priority to the general public interest and not any other groups. True and clear picture about the company. It is the auditor who is going to give complete picture about the company. He is the only person who can give a complete report whatever happening inside the company and about the officials who are performing inside the company. So here you can see the picture of car. That you can assume that the car is on road, but actually it is a car played by a boy. So by seeing some portion of transactions of a company, like the financial statements of a company, the shareholders, it is difficult for them to take a decision. It is for that reason they have appointed an auditor, and it is the duty of auditor to check each and every aspect of a company, and at the end he has to give a true and clear picture about the company. He should be honest, sincere, competent, and independent, of course. So only if he has these many skills, then only he can perform as a perfect company auditor. So let us have a brief glance regarding duties of a company auditor. So we have divided his duties into four major categories. Statutory duties according to Companies Act 2013, contractual duties arising out of the contract between the company and auditor, the duties arising out of previous court decision or decrees, and the duties arising out of professional etiquette as per Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. Hope you enjoyed the video and thank you for watching. All the best.